Hello. Hi. Okay, you guys can see that I'm in bed. I don't know if is it in bed or on the bed. Guys, the biggest joke of my life is I'm currently an English teacher. Like the work I have to put in before going into a lesson just to ensure that I don't say the wrong thing or don't teach the kids the wrong thing is insane. Like I've always thought, but okay, my English is fine-ish, at the very least fine-ish. And then somebody was like, "Well, you're gonna be an English teacher," and girl, anyway, this video is dedicated to purpose and what we're meant to be here for. So my biggest question, well, one of my biggest questions anyway, because I always have questions, and I think I'm yet to find my biggest question. But anyway, one of my big question, um, as I'm growing older, is why am I here? What is my purpose? And I think one of the reasons why I keep on asking that question is I've always been one of those kids who have never really known what they wanted in life. From like grade two, some kids already know what they want to be. They know they want to be a singer, a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, whatever. But I've just always been that kid. First of all, when I was little, all I wanted to be was Chinese. And as you know, can't exactly train for that or get a degree for it. So, as you have it, I am not Chinese. I haven't made it yet. So, I wanted to be Chinese when I was little. But to be honest, I've never actually known what I wanted to do. And as a result, the older I grew, the more this became concerning. Particularly as I was coming towards the end of my first degree in 2015, I was like, what on earth am I doing? I was about to qualify with a Bachelor of Social Sciences in economics and industrial sociology. Those were my two majors, and my girl, I had no clue what I wanted to do. Um, I did know though at that point that I really, really enjoy engaging with people. I also had a particular interest in radio. Don't ask me why. But yeah, so I applied for a postgraduate diploma in as a journalism, something like that. But you could take this diploma after doing your first degree, and I applied for that, got accepted for it. There were a couple of bursaries available to apply for, and I applied for all of them, did not receive funding for any one of them, and obviously I was quite pressed. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Because I mean, I want to do this, I have the marks, whatever, but I don't have the funding, and obviously I don't have the money, and I had no idea what kind of job I was going to apply for. And my mentor, if you've listened to one of my other videos, I've talked about Ruth before. Ruth has always been that voice of reason for me when I was at varsity. So Ruth said to me, "Why don't you try to apply for a PGCE?" And to be honest, I disliked Ruth for that suggestion at first. And I was just like, you cannot just suggest that I apply for a PGCE when I'm telling you when I'm confused. For those that don't know, PGCE is a postgraduate certificate in education. And I've always thought, I've always been one of those people, and to this day I am, that believe you don't just go into teaching because you don't have any other options. It's dangerous to do that. It's damaging, because you become those teachers that are angry and frustrated and feeling unfulfilled. And guess who you take it out on? The poor children who are just there to learn, and when you take out your frustrations on them. So I've, never been a fan of going into teaching because I have no other options. But time was running out for me, and there was funding for doing a PGCE. So eventually I gave in to Ruth's suggestion and I applied for a PGCE, so the Postgraduate Certificate in Education. And the following year, 2016, I started my PGCE. This is where I also met a friend of mine, Elaine, who has played quite a huge role in me forming a relationship with God and just living in the comfort of knowing God. But yeah, 2016 I started my PGCE, and I remember so clearly the first day I got into the classroom. I knew, guys, when I say I knew, I mean I knew. I've never been more comfortable with anything. I've never felt more welcome into anything before that moment. I got into the classroom and I was like, yep, this is where it is. This is where I'm staying for a bit. So yeah, I was fortunate enough that even though I went into teaching because I had no other options, it turned out well. It doesn't always turn out well for people, but it turned out incredible for me because it turns out I love it. Turns out this is me. This is where I'm supposed to be at. So yeah, I started teaching properly, like full time, in 2017, so the year after. And it has been such a thrill. I always say when I'm asked about my job that I have never had to work as a teacher. I don't work as a teacher. I get paid to do things that I love. I get paid to connect with little people. I get paid to love them and be loved by them. And I get paid to care for them. I get paid to be mom, be friend, be sister, be a clown. I get paid to do those things. And for me, it's such a fulfilling thing for me. So, for somebody who's never known really what they wanted to do in life, I remember in 2015, towards the end of the degree, I remember just sitting, and I was sitting with my friend Ati, and I said to Ati, I call Ati mom. She and I call each other mom because we're those people to one another. We just mom to each other. So I remember saying to Ati, Mom, all I want to know is, what is my purpose? Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? And she said, well, you're just going to have to find out. And I found out. I know that my purpose, it's not teaching per se, right? But my purpose is to work with little people. That is my purpose. My purpose is to share love, to show it, and to just explode into the lives of little people and just love them without condition. Just love them because that's what they deserve. Love. Because I think that's what we all deserve as human beings. Um, but the reason I'm sharing this now and I'm talking about purpose is the fact that I've been feeling super frustrated lately about teaching. I've been feeling like I'm getting frustrated, and I've promised myself when I started teaching that I wouldn't teach for more than 5 years. So I gave myself a timeline of between 3 to 5 years, and I said to myself, I'm not teaching for more than 5 years because I want to explore other parts of myself. I want to explore what else can I do, what else works for me, what else do I enjoy. So yeah, I promised myself that I wouldn't work for more than 5 years, and this is my third year teaching properly. It's coming to an end, and I've been feeling so frustrated the past couple of weeks. Um, but today I spent an afternoon helping one of my kids with maths. They struggle quite a bit with maths, and even me, I struggle a bit with maths. A bit is being nice to myself because I don't believe in negative self-talk. So I struggle a bit with maths as well, but luckily, this is primary school maths. So I spent the afternoon with one of my babies, just helping him um, with maths and stuff. And I just, that lesson just reminded me why I hate maths. First of all, I hate it. I hate mathematics. But most importantly, that lesson reminded me of why I started this in the first place and why I belong exactly here. Um, that being said, I've just come to learn over time as well that sometimes what you're meant to do, sometimes what you're brilliant at, sometimes what you live on, what makes you happy, will frustrate you. Okay, the same applies for so many areas of life, relationships, hobbies. Sometimes the things that you love and care for will irritate the living lights out of you. And that's okay. That's okay. You're human. You're meant to be frustrated. You're meant to be tired. You're meant to need a little bit of rest. Okay. But for me, the last couple of weeks when I was feeling frustrated, I was just like, oh, maybe it's time that I need to stop. I need to end. But today I was teaching and I was like, no, man, I'm all right. I'm frustrated, but I'm okay. I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be irritated because that means that I need to do something else. That means that I need to switch it up a little. I need to make things more interesting because I mean, who else is supposed to make my job more interesting for me? Who's supposed to make it fun for me besides myself? So yeah, today just taught me that sometimes our purpose in life is going to drag us through the mud. It is going to irritate us. It is going to exhaust us. But it is up to us to start over and over again. To just start, change it a little, tweak it, make it better. And every time when you feel like that, you're gonna have to start all over. And you're gonna have to work on your purpose. Those that haven't found it yet, it is a thrill. And I implore you to go find out. What are you here for? What is your purpose on earth? What are you here for? And once you find out, enjoy it. Enjoy the thrill. Manage the frustration. Enjoy yourself. Because I think the worst thing to go through as a human being is to live and not know why. To live and not understand the reason for that. So those that haven't found their purpose, all the best. Enjoy the ride though. Enjoy finding out about yourself. Try out things, man. Don't be so scared. Shake things up. Give it a shot. See what happens. So yeah, that's my 2 cents for today. Take care of yourselves. I'm going to remove this individual off my head. And I'm probably going to throw my bra away as well and take a nap. But that's that on that. Peace. Peace.